anticipated. Actually, I feel sad that at some point they had to stop, and then we had to, like look out and be like, okay, when is the next second movie? But that production was stopped. So that's Liam Neeson. You can now catch him with Blacklist movies that are now showing, and one is already going on. But I also want to give you something on the books that you can look out for, and one that I find inspiring this morning is a story about a woman who is trying through a life and looking into when love is not enough, love for family, love for marriage, and love for your life, it's not enough. And now you're forced into mental illness that you now have to fight for and get better. Now this book is called Sorrow and Bliss, and it is actually speaking more about a black woman who has to go through life of measuring between who to give her love to, between her family and the marriage, and how to focus. But at the same time, she is battling a mental illness. Now that book is by Meg Mason, which is one of the most hit 4 books in 2021, and mostly talks about how you can go through with mental health. Also, it has humor, and actually how people these days are going into issues of the heart. So that's one to look out for. But also when you know that your life is ending anytime and you're dying, that's one book that you should be looking out for, and mostly looking into issues of depression these days. Women go through a lot, and that's where I want to bring in Philo again. When you're looking into depression that women go through while they are, fighting with their life, you have marriage, you have your career, you have work, and then all this gets you into a depression, but then you're still the pillar of the family. Just right from that book of Sorrow and Bliss, Philo, what do you think?
Naturally, women, we are made in a way that we kind of blend with a lot of situations, and we take in too much. The fact that we do everything right from the point of love. And when it comes to family, by the way, when it comes to family, we are heavily invested. We put in all with emotions and love. It's quite hectic when you think about it. It takes a toll on you. It really takes a toll on you, but somehow you have to find a way around it. You have to survive through it. So I think it's just part of our package, naturally.
Yeah, but again, you have to go through it and be that pillar, be strong for your family even then. But I feel like then you get into depression. So there is need for women to also speak up when you have an issue, but you still have to be strong for everyone else. This is going to take a toll on you as a person. So before you actually get into helping everyone else, make sure you're helping yourself. Don't be there suffering with depression and mental health, yet you're still the person who everyone counts on. So it's important that you actually take care of yourself as well. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mollen. You at least now have some plans to actually do during this weekend. You can't be home. You can't be like Valarheey. You can't be like Ro. You can't be like Philomena. Well, the question, by the way, is still running on our social media. The poll question, which is, have women in the entertainment industry in Uganda been given the platform to showcase their talent? Do share with us your 2 cents. What do you think? Do you think they are doing well? How are they traversing this kind of setting? Talk to us. Give us your feedback on Twitter. The hashtag is UBCGMU, and you can always send us an SMS or even a WhatsApp message. The number is 0709 602 592. We still have a lot that is coming up. We'll be taking you through what is happening to the papers, and of course we have Daily Monitor. We also have the New Vision and also the Daily Nation. We will be getting into that, and starting off with the Daily Monitor, we look at Mulago Boss and 4 others interdicted. Now this happened, of course, the whole week. It has been the talk of the week, and it's not really taking a good turn. But also we look at Museveni, Russian envoy hold bilateral meeting, and also there are about 100 jobs at WFP, URC, and very many other companies. Who knows? You could be having an opportunity right in there. And also midterm access, that is NSSF to pay 50 billion Ugandan shillings per week. This is according to the minister. Wow. And yes, the scoop pullout is there for your Friday entertainment and behind the scenes of lockdown. What were you people doing behind the scenes? Valarheey needs to tell us what she was, aside from being home, she needs to tell us. Valarheey and Roy, I will expect this information when we get back. And the man who married triplet sisters, people are doing the most, and they're not, there is no remorse whatsoever. And taking a look at the lizard, many will read this on Facebook. Facebook still illegal in Uganda. I don't know how many of you fall victim of this, but it's still illegal. Even if it's operating, it's still illegal. That I want to put out there. Well, make sure that you grab yourself a copy of the Daily Monitor to get all the details. But also looking at the new vision this morning, how to quickly access NSSF mid-term cash. And there is also a series right there of Karimojong marriage taking part in a raid for a bride. Our Ugandan men, unless they are not from that region, I don't know how many would be willing to do this. And mega rewards, of course, await over 150 million Uganda shillings in prizes to be won. Over what? Grab yourself the copy of the new vision. And government issues tight rules for school buildings and food. And the Mulago Hospital boss interdicted, still happening. And the new curriculum, S1 and S2 biology, Kiswahili and maths. And in the big picture there, Museveni meets Russian envoy. And you also have the Harvest Money Expo. So really, you have a lot that you can pick from the New Vision paper today. And taking a look at what's happening in our neighboring country right there, the Daily Nation, Raila dares Kalonzo to delegates face off. And also budget impasse hits farmers and teachers. We also take a look at apartment owners can now obtain title deeds. And of course, US assures Ruto on pause as purge of allied officials shifts to countries. Well, a lot is happening. Of course, almost the whole world is looking out for these elections, and even as the East African region, we would want to know what will be happening. Well, that's it from the papers this morning, and well, I think it's about that time when we take you to the weather. What's it going to be? Rain, shine, humid? I don't know. Mollen has more on that.
Well, I can tell you it's not rain today. We are starting off with quite some pleasant weather. And, you know, I think it's good news as we head into the weekend. I don't know whether anyone wants to deal with the rains if you're going to the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're home almost all the time.
Yeah.
So a little rain could come in handy.
Yeah, so I think that this is good news. But we are tapping in from our satellites with the real-time data over Uganda right now. And what we're looking at is mostly bright, clear skies. It looks like much of the country right now is dealing with just you know, intervals of sunny and cloudy conditions. Now we do have a few rains that are likely in the afternoon, but that is also just over a few areas, and most of that especially towards the southwestern part of the country. But I can tell you the temperatures are also equally high, because if you're looking at dry weather and mostly sunny conditions, then you're also going to have to deal with high temperatures, and that is one where I advise you to do carry that water bottle with you, because it's going to get hot. You don't need to just be somewhere and you're feeling thirsty, so you can actually go with a water bottle wherever you're going to make sure that you know you're not dehydrated from all the sun and high temperatures. But well, we also have a look ahead into what is likely to happen over the weekend, and that is coming in from satellites that are tapping in also from some of the models that we have across Africa. And it looks like most of the systems that we have for this weekend are just still low pressure systems that are developing over the Indian Ocean. And when you look at those deep green colors and red there, those are low pressure systems towards the Mozambique Channel. Now what happens is that once those are there, then most of the moisture is all going to be going to for those low pressure systems, and because of that then we get reduction in wet weather activities across our country. Take a look at Uganda there, where you see those open colors there. That indicates that mostly we're going to be having dry conditions across much of Uganda. Now likely you're seeing those light blue colors for the southern extreme southern end of Uganda, that is looking into southwestern, the Kabale Highlands, and also parts of the Lake Victoria Basin. That is where we also have parts of Kampala, Entebbe, Wakiso as well. Most likely there will be just a few showers, but also for only the areas close to Lake Victoria. So that means the rest of the country remains dry actually for your Saturday. And like I mentioned, that is also related to most of the systems that are happening over the Indian Ocean. Now Sunday, it actually gets more deeper. That means the low pressure systems across the Mozambique Channel are actually still there, and that means they are taking in much of that moisture that would have been bringing us rains here across the country. And also this is a setback, because if you look at the season, we're almost supposed to be having rains kicking right now. But once we have these systems right over there, then they are going to interrupt with season onsets, and which is happening, which is what we are seeing right now. Because now you see there is more reduction across the East African region. If you take a look into Kenya itself, it's like much of Sunday is just going to be quite sunny. But take a look at Uganda there. Northern Uganda still remains dry. You look at the eastern part of the country, also equally dry, and much of central that is also going to have reduced wet weather activities. Again, there is just a few showers that I expected just across Lake Victoria and parts of Kabale Highlands as well as southwestern, but also those will be only over a few areas, so nothing much to actually even help keep those temperatures down. We're still going to feel warm. It's still going to be mostly dry weather. And that is as we head into Sunday, which means we are still going to be dealing with reduced wet weather activities. But again, take a look as we start the week on Monday. We still have those systems again also still developing, but you can see more of those actually moving over towards deeper into the Indian Ocean. So that means we begin to pick up in terms of wet weather conditions. So at least most areas, even with parts of central and much of the southern part of the country, will start to have much of those rains. Where you see those light blue colors, those are the areas that we're expecting to have a little bit of rains, and that is as you head into Monday. But the rest of the country seems to be going to be dealing with those dry conditions and mostly sunny weather for that area. But I can tell you, at least Monday, we'll be getting more into the updates with regard to what has been forecast for most of the areas, but we're still going to have to be dealing with those dry conditions, and mostly for me, that's not my favorite kind of weather. I don't know about you, and I don't know about Philo this morning as well, but it looks like I would rather maybe deal with the rains in the morning, because I know then it's going to help cool things down. So in the afternoon, I don't have to deal with a lot of temperatures around me. So for me, I think my favorite weather is actually the rainy weather, not the dry weather.
Well, I would also love quite a cold day. I like it a bit cloudy. I want it to rain, but not extremely so much. I want everything in moderate levels. I don't know whether that is very possible, but I want everything in moderate levels, because also a lot of rain, the whole muddy ground, and then it's just
because you also look into,
it's not for me.
You look into the inconvenience that comes with the rain.
Oh, yes.
Because for example, if it rains in the morning and you have to go to work, then you're like, okay, I wish it came later.
It should just rain at night. I wish there was like really a standardized system for rain, but again, you can't bring, they call it what, lugezi gezi with nature. So it will do the most, but at least we got the warnings from I think about last month. You were telling us, we had even all these stakeholders tell us to brace ourselves because it's not going to be funny. And I can tell you, even just 4 days in the month, there are complaints. People are already complaining.
Exactly.
The rain is too much. What are we gonna do? It's getting crazy. Well, you still have about how many days to go, so you'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Well, good morning, Uganda is still happening right here, and we always do the most when it comes to entertaining, inspiring, and of course informing you. Well, today is Friday. Like every day, we make sure that we give you the drill to get you ready into the weekend mode, so you don't have to get in there with a grumpy face. Or at least you have a Friday to make sure that it's consolation. At least this is the last day. I have the entire weekend to relax. And of course, we're streaming live on YouTube, and you know what that means. We are very, very accessible to you. But again, we also do have Valarheey with us in the house, with Roy as well, giving us the entertainment that we need. But we'll be getting into some of the sports updates much later on with Ruben. Well, you don't want to miss all that. We go for a break. When we get back, it will be more performances.
Live from Now Avenue in UBC Studios. This is Good Morning Uganda.
It's super cool to be a mass superhero, to get the spread of the virus to zero. Did you know that just wearing a mask is not enough? Yes, correctly wearing a mask will protect you and others, but you still have to remember to wash your hands with clean running water and soap or using a sanitizer, socially distance, and avoid crowded areas. Wearing a mask helps protect you and others from spreading viruses. To get the spread of the virus to zero.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and the willingness to sacrifice for one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love my soul.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co-Uganda, Office of the President.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum regulation, rural communication, and consumer development. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and the willingness to sacrifice for one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love my soul.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co-Uganda, Office of the President.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
This is Draw Result FA Cup quarter final.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
Crystal Palace versus Everton
This
of Boreham
is
Wood.
Good Morning Uganda.
Nottingham Forest or Huddersfield Town versus Liverpool.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
Middlesbrough versus Chelsea.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
Southampton versus Manchester City.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
Ties to be played
This
weekend
is
of 19
Good Morning
until 20
Uganda.
March.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Wow, my name is Ruben Pima. Away from the performance.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
And I take you through sports.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
Yesterday I was actually watching news, and for me, what is happening in Ukraine is something we would wish to happen in Africa here.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.
Come up with that once it's put up, it's only destroyed in a day or two.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
10 years back, so Ukraine might find it very hard to rebuild again and become the country they were once were. Anyway, if that's a better statement to use. But I'm going to give you sports, and I'll start with the Premier League. We have fixtures that will be commencing tomorrow. Leicester will take on Leeds. That will be at 3:30 p.m. Then we'll have Aston Villa will take on Southampton, Burnley against Chelsea, Newcastle will take on Brighton, Norwich will take on Brentford, and so Wolves will take on Palace. Then Liverpool will take on West Ham at 8:30. That will be the late game. But on Sunday we have the Manchester Derby on Sunday, where City will take on United at 7:30. But of course, Watford will take on Arsenal earlier on at 5. We'll have Watford against Arsenal. Then Sunday we'll have Man City against United. That will be at exactly 7. In the German Bundesliga, we shall have a couple of games as well. Bayern Munich will take on Leverkusen. That will be at 5:30. Bochum will take on, will also be in action. Then Hertha Berlin will take on Frankfurt. Leipzig will take on Freiburg. Wolfsburg will take on Union Berlin at the VW Arena. Then, of course, Stuttgart will take on Gladbach, as well as Bochum also will be in action as well. Then that's in the Bundesliga. Then the Serie A, a couple of, like I see, Inter Milan Udinese will take on Sampdoria. That will be at 5. Then also we shall also have Roma against Atlanta, good game to catch. And then Cagliari will take on Lazio. That will be tomorrow. But of course, in the La Liga, we shall have Osasuna against Villarreal. España will take on Getafe. Valencia against Granada. Then Madrid will take on Sociedad. That will be tomorrow in the Spanish La Liga. And then on Sunday, also we shall have a couple of games in the Serie A, like you see on your screen. Genoa will take on Empoli. Bologna against Torino. Venezia will take on Sassuolo. Juve against Spezia. And Napoli will take on Milan at 10:45 p.m. on Sunday. And then, of course, the Dutch Eredivisie will have PSG against Heracles, FC Twente against Kamba, and then Ajax will take on Malwijk. That will be at 6:45. That will be the Eredivisie. But of course, even the French League One have a couple of games that will commence. Saint-Etienne will take on Metz, Bordeaux will take on Troyes, and then Nantes will take on Montpellier, Reims against Strasbourg, Renault will take on Angers, Lille against Clermont Foot rather. Then Marseille will take on Monaco. That will be a good derby to catch in the French league. But of course, yesterday we had the draw of the FA Cup draw I was actually done yesterday, and of course I shall show you the fixtures, who is playing who in the quarterfinals. Paris will take on Everton. That will be on the that will be the first fixture. Then Nottingham Forest or Huddersfield Town will take on Liverpool. Liverpool beat Norwich to qualify for the quarterfinals. Then Middlesbrough will take on Chelsea. Wow, that's a fixture. That really. Then Southampton will take on City in the All Premiership affair. Yes, Southampton will take on City in the All Premiership affair. That would be a good game at St. Mary's. That's St. Mary's. So we are waiting to see who would be going into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Away from that, we had the game locally here. We had the games yesterday in the Premiership. That was in the Uganda Super League. We had G-Express against KCCA in that Kampala derby. The game ending 1-1, and I saw a tweet from one of the Express fans saying that she has never seen worst refereeing. The way what she witnessed yesterday in Mawakuku was the worst she has had over the years. And I'm like, okay, yes, we've watched Ugandan Premier League for some time, and UPL had also had bad officiation. We agree, but for me, the game yesterday, the intensity in that game showed that it's really the two big sides met, and wow, that's a penalty. That is a penalty. There is no way you can survive that. There is absolutely no way you could survive that. For me, what was the defender thinking? What was he thinking? I mean, now you don't. It's in 18, and that's a penalty for me. There is no you can survive that as a team. And KCCA took the lead. Actually, they equalized after Express took the lead. So to me, it's but yes, there was bad officiation, but you cannot blame it on anyone. You can always have a bad day in office, and I believe Express FC maybe did not carry their day yesterday. Away from that, let's briefly go into basketball. We had games played this morning, and of course I'll start with the Hawks against the Bulls. The Bulls did actually lose to the Hawks. That was 130 to 124 for the Bulls. We had the Grizzlies against the Celtics. They lost to the Celtics. That was 120 to 107. The Nets did lose to the Heat, 113 to 107 as well. We had the Pistons losing to the Raptors. That was actually beating the Raptors, 108 to 106. Then the Mavericks did beat the Warriors. That was 122 to 113 for the Warriors. The Spurs did lose to the Kings, 115 to 112. Then, of course, the Clippers in that derby did beat the Lakers. That was 132 to 111. As you can see, the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. So Atlanta Hawks did actually, for me, they lost the first quarter against the Bulls, 35-29. The Bulls won the second quarter as well, 28-27, but the Hawks returned strong and won the third and fourth quarter, 34 in the third quarter and 40 in the fourth quarter. That gave them 130 to 124 for the Bulls. The Celtics did actually have a low the first two quarters were low scoring quarters, 26-20, 21-25, but the third and the fourth quarter, but the Celtics had some good points there, 36 to 37 in the fourth quarter. Wow, that is over 70 points in two quarters. What a game for the Celtics, of course, against the Grizzlies. The Nets, for me, they have been off form a bit. They lost to the Miami Heat, and the Raptors losing to the Pistons as well. And for me, sometimes basketball is a bit funny. You can never predict which team is going to take the day until the games are done. Well, we shall have also games tomorrow morning. The Pistons will take on the Pacers. The 76ers will take on the Cavs. Then the Wizards will take on the Hawks. The Bulls against the Bucks. That will be at 3:30 tomorrow morning. Then, of course, the Raptors against the Magic. The Pelicans will take on the Jazz. The Wolves will take on Thunder. Then the Nuggets against the Rockets. And lastly, the Suns will take on the Knicks. I now hand over to Mrs. or Miss Mastiko. Which of the two? Miss Mastiko.
To be very, very specific.
It is Miss. Hey,
it's a Miss. Miss Philomena Masco.
Okay. How have you been, Philo?
I'm doing great. I'm very fine. I'm excited that it's Friday.
Yeah. So what are the plans for the Friday?
The weekenderation is officially in.
Any plans for Friday? Is it rugby? Is it a cup of coffee at Legends? Where?
No. I'm not going to get into that. But the Smack League, I want to talk about last weekend. Okay. Actually, there was a lot that was happening. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, there was a lot happening. We had the Smack League, we had the Corporate League, and I expected you to be officially on the field showing us your soccer skills. You know,
no, actually, I was in Chambo on Sunday. Yeah. I was in Chambo on Sunday, and for me, what I like most about the Corporate League, the companies that came on board to participate in the Corporate League were really interesting. Okay, if that's the word. They had to come with beautiful girls around to cheer the teams, the shirt dresses. So I enjoyed myself on a Sunday. I don't know, but I enjoyed.
Ruben, you, every other day you disappoint me. I actually want to see you in the field trying to do some of these things that you're critiquing.
Why don't you take on me?
No, me, it's official. Everybody knows. I know, you know that clearly when it comes to soccer, I can't embarrass myself like that.
Okay.
I can only walk. You know, morale boost, and I'd probably wear short dresses. I don't know.
No, but if we put on a short dress one day, I think I will also have a look at you, maybe. Okay, I've got to go, Fido. I'll hand over to you. I'll take us through up to the hour of 9. Yeah. But of course, the lady next to you performed the song I loved. Okay, there are so many she came up with.
But was it the True Colors? Because I think that is the one you can relate to.
That is true. The True Colors. I watched. I didn't want her to stop. I love the voice, the confidence, the audibility, and of course, the song itself. I wonder if Phil Collins came here and the Genesis band, what she would say. Because that's a copyright for a certain band, the Genesis band. How are you, Nyabo? Good to see you.
It's good to be here.
How is the husband?
Which one?
The husband. Maybe me. How is me? Maybe I'm the husband. How is me?
I cannot take this with questions like, which one? Do you know somebody can take that out of context? Valarheey, why are you exposing us?
You know.
Well, that's it from the sports updates from Ruben right here. But we are still going on all the way till the top of the hour. And I do have the wonderful Valarheey right here with me. And she's giving us quite a whole lot of performances. She does cover so well. For a minute, you will make sure, you realize that you're not really pretty interested in the original song. You want to listen to her. She has a very beautiful and persuasive voice. It pulls you to her, and I think that's why that's really makes her out there. But also, I would just, before we get into some of the performances that you have, what exactly is your motivation behind all this music? What is it that really drives you to it?
I don't think I had a choice. I think music chose me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's something that's always been a part of my life. So it comes so naturally.
Yeah. You don't really have to struggle. You don't fight wars.
No.
I think it's very important, by the way, for you know what your talent calls out to you, and you respond to it.
I'm living in my purpose by doing it, actually.
You could pick a leaf or two from Valarheey. Don't force life, okay? If it's not your calling, let it go. Let it be. You will struggle. You will stay in resentment. Just do what you're good at. Only that it may sometimes take a bit or a while for you to realize it, and also appreciate the fact that maybe that is your calling. But yes, we still do have our poll question that is happening on social media. We are in March, the month of the ladies, an extension to February. I know this doesn't really sit well with quite a number of people, but yes, it's an extension, and we'd love to know, have women in the entertainment industry in Uganda been given enough platform to showcase their talent? And well, as we are given today, and the hashtag is UPCGMU, or you can even give us a number, rather I can give you a number where you can send us an SMS text that is 0709 0709 0709 sorry about that 0709 602 592. I'll repeat the number 0709 602 592. We want to know, is there some equality between the men and women when it comes to the entertainment industry in Uganda, given the platforms and also the the conditions that we are in right about now? Well, it's also that time when we get into some more entertainment and some more very, very endearing performances from Valarheey right here.
The floor is mine.
City boy on the beat, yeah. Kana kaimba pepochi wa madirisa. While we go back so far, swinging in your backyard, all the things that we used to do. We were cool back in high school. Oh, I really liked you. Must have been your attitude. And that's why you keep on running in and out of my mind. It's the years they'll go by, baby. Now I know how I keep coming back to you. You're the only one that knows me. I love it when you hold me. Never find a love like this. I'll never be lonely. Look at what you show me. You'll never find a love like this. All this time trying to keep us apart. You keep calling me back to your heart. Let me hear you say, wrap you all around me. Never find a love like this. Did your mama ever tell you how you're gonna find a real one to love you? Yende, baby, my kabite. You know I got a lot of things to show you. Never love baby, nefulukuta nga kunonyeza cellular. Hey, yona jempita bangamba walonda mada. Awokute, taba baby tota wokute. Awokute, taba baby tota baby. You keep calling me back to your heart. Let me hear you say, I'll wrap you all around me. You'll never find a love like this. Kwagala simchezo, baby lava yobi no. Zeyande tande chezo kubankan zenkwagala. Yenakugamba kuwaleta ziratater. Ate ziratata zibaze massacre. I'm in love, I swear I'm in love. On sudemu mukwano, on tademu mukwano. Niga my baby, niga my baby, niga. All this night trying to keep us apart. You keep calling me back to your heart. Let me hear you say, I'll never find a love like this. No.